Okay, welcome back to talking about my collection of Star Wars figures, vintage versus Black Series. So right here I have a collection of my Luke Skywalker figures, which we'll go through and talk about in more detail.
One of the first things I want to talk about is how the figure fits in your hand. A 3.75-inch figure versus a 6-inch figure. If you look at this picture, you'll see the 3.75-inch figure fits perfectly in a young person's hand, and the 6-inch figure fits perfectly in an adult hand, almost to the same proportions. I'm guessing that's why Black Series figures are made for adults. Those same adults that had those 3.75-inch figures when they were young people.
Okay, here's the Star Wars Black Series versus the vintage from the New Hope. If you ever look these up, they call this one online. If you're trying to pick one up, they call it like Farm Boy Luke. I guess because he's in his farm boy outfit. But as you can see, I still have my original Kenner from 1977. If you look at him, you know, it's okay. It's okay detail. The arms started fading. I'm going to have to clean those up. But he's still got his blue lightsaber. The tips broke off, but that's okay. Telescoping, right? Comes out like that. It's a little stubby. But as you can see, he's got the grappling hook utility belt. I still got wrapped around him. That was like a mail away. So that's kind of cool to have with him. That's his little belt. And this is the Black Series Luke. I think they did a pretty good job. They did like a little cloth piece for the upper, which is nice. Changed the color of the pants. I think it looks okay. So these are the comparison for those two figures. And if we move on, we can say, like, really, we could say this is the pilot, the Jedi pilot Luke. We could say maybe he's from New Hope too, because he flew an X-Wing. So you can see he's got the helmet. The Black Series version, of course, has the removable helmet, so you can take it off. He's still got the younger appearance. Let me take this off. He's still got the younger appearance, only his hair is a little redder, maybe because it goes along with his orange uniform. He's got the blaster. I don't have his blaster. That's unfortunate. And his helmet doesn't come off, but that's a pretty good comparison if you look at those two figures. I do have the Hoth Black Series Luke Skywalker. He's got a scar on his face because he came with a Wampa set. Unfortunately, I don't have a vintage figure for the Hoth. I'm still looking for one at a reasonable price. Eventually I'll get one, and then I'll put him up there with my Hoth figure. One of the things I do like to talk about, though, is I have this guy. This is the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. There were two versions. There was a painted face version and a non-painted face version. This one is the non-painted face. You can tell because he still has color on his nose. The other ones will usually have a black mark on their nose. This is the one that comes from Hasbro. As you can see, it's a pretty good figure. He's got the nice black, the outfit. He came with like another crested shirt piece, and I think it looks pretty good. It looks really slick. But this is not exactly like this figure, because if you see it, he's wearing like the coverall, the shirt piece, and that's how he started the movie, like that. This is later on when he's like battling Darth Vader. So what I did was I took the Black Series Luke Skywalker from The Force Awakens, and I painted the entire outfit black. I took a belt from one of the Farm Boy Lukes and the head, and I made my own Jedi Knight version. And I have another video where I talk about where I did that. And just so nothing goes to waste, this is what I did with my Luke Skywalker from The Force Awakens, or The Last Jedi. I took him, I took the head, and I mixed a Kylo Ren body and a bootleg Darth Maul body, and I put him in this black outfit, which I really like. He kind of has that, if you were to watch the commercials, or even the dream sequence where he's holding R2-D2, when Rey finds the lightsaber, he looks like he's in more of a dark outfit. The last figure that we have to compare is, this is the Bespin outfit Luke Skywalker. And if you look at the vintage figures next to him, there are two different versions that I have. One has the darker hair and one has the yellower hair. course, it has the Melloway carrier for Yoda. So I stuck Yoda and the carrier in one of them, just so that when they're up there together, it's just not two Luke Skywalker sitting next to each other on the shelves. And then I have the Luke Skywalker blaster for this guy. So that's my comparison of my Bespin figures. That Luke never wants to stand up. Clumsy kid.